Luis B. Aramburu, I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce that correctly, says Darwin never intended for his theory to become a religion. Somehow it turned into one.
No, it didn't. It doesn't meet any of the definitions for religion.
Nope.
Believing in evolution doesn't make me have a belief in a deity. It doesn't make me, not that that's needed for religion, it doesn't give me a set of principles to live my life by. That's something that almost every religion does. There's no habits that I have to adhere to as a result of it. There's no punishment system. None of that exists. Like, that's none of what would be needed for this to be a religion is there.
Yeah, this just means that this person has spent too much time listening to apologetics and not enough time listening to an actual, like, someone who actually accepts evolution. He has never, like, talk to Francis Collins sometime. Like, you don't talk to Francis Collins. Go read an article on BioLogos, an organization of dedicated Christians who explain how evolution fits within a biblical worldview. Like, is evolution a religion if Christians can also accept evolution?
They have two religions at once. That's the problem. They're a walking contradiction.
It is possible to have two religions at once. Like, the ancient Romans and Greeks weren't terribly fussed about which gods you worshipped. They're like, yeah, no, they're all fine. Like, whatever. Sure, you call him Jupiter, I call him Zeus. It's either the same guy or two different guys that do the same thing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, but I guess that that doesn't really help my case that being a Christian automatically makes it not a religion. But there's no tenets of evolution.
Nope.
This comes from people listening to apologetics that liken evolution to social Darwinism, and then are like, that was bad. The Nazis did bad things. Therefore, evolution's a religion that results in bad things. But it's like, okay, but I don't follow social Darwinism, and I know nobody that does.
Don't worry, Eric Hovind can tell you, and Kent Hovind can tell you, and Ken Ham can tell you that they know thousands like that. And Ray Comfort can tell you that too.
Artyom Hunter says, nice to catch you live. Nice to catch you live too, Artyom Hunter.
Oh, we're different kind of catch. Okay, hold on. I'll put the Pokeballs away.
Gotta catch them all.
I love the fact that phrase wasn't uttered in the Japanese version at all. That's 100% for kids making Pokemon a marketing giant.
What is it in Japanese then?
In Japanese, there's not a catchy catchphrase the same way. Like, it's just not there. Okay. It's not necessary.
Okay.
Like, there's a bunch of stuff with the Pokemon franchise that was entirely, like, made up whole cloth from for kids. Like the Poke Rap. That's... Even the Pokemon theme song, like, that's just for kids. They just did that when they Americanized it. That thing does not exist in Japan. Or at least it didn't exist at the time. Like, there's a lot of that shit that they just... Okay. Made up out of whole cloth, and it worked. I'm still kind of mad that when I watched it as a kid, I actually remember seeing them eat the donuts. Jelly donuts, yeah.
And being like, what kind of donuts do they have in Japan? Those don't look anything like donuts. And it wasn't until you told me how that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like that. Yeah,
it was an Americanism.
It would have been so much less confusing just to call it what it was. Like, here's some rice. Here's a rice ball. Like, whatever.
Instead, I just thought that Jesse and James, as a kid, I thought they just had terrible diets. Everybody's eating fucking jelly donuts.
I don't know. I mostly remember Brock eating them.
I mean, him too, but most of the time when you see Team Rocket taking a break for even a moment, it's the fucking onigiri. Every time. Brock, yeah. Sometimes you'll see Brock with a stew. Like, a lot of times, Brock's making stew.
Okay. I have not rewatched the show as an adult, so I'm just going off of my childhood memories. It was on Channel 29 at 4:30 in the afternoon. Actually, no. It was one of the morning shows. It was the one that I could watch if I got ready for school really quick, and then I had to leave before it was over. You remember having to change your schedule to see TV shows because they wouldn't change it for you?
Yep.
Fun times. Yay, nostalgia!
Mom, get me home as fast as you can. I need to watch the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Remove Bible?
Yeah. This is Mike Winger. He's removed the Bible. Remove the Bible from his home screen. So He says, bye-bye, YouVersion. People generally expect you to only host decent and safe Bible translations. At least that's what I expect. I'd recommend using caution if you still use the YouVersion Bible app. So I just thought this was funny. Like, I assume he's deleting it because he found that they have a translation of the Bible that he doesn't like. And I just think that's hilarious because, like, he believes in biblical inerrantism. Like, he's an inerrantist.
Mm-hmm.
How can the Bible be inerrant if not all of the versions of it are inerrant? It's just this is a thing that didn't make sense to me as a Christian. The idea that a translation of the Bible suddenly is no longer perfect. It was like, it's the word of God. If God can control the writing down process, he can also control the translation process.
He can also control the way you receive the information too, when you're reading it.
Well, I mean, that arguably might violate free will, so let's not even go there.
Well, actually, if he's controlling how it's written down, then he is violating free will.
Yeah, I know. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that's not a discussion that I want to have at the moment.
Also, if he knows it's raining tomorrow, it's a violation of free will.
Yeah, no, you can't be the creator of everything and know everything, and also there be free will. Like, I am not capable of making choices other than the ones that God knows that I am going to make, therefore I don't have free will. Okay? We agree.
Yay!
Not have that conversation anymore because I didn't want to have it.
I'm so happy we agree.
How big is God's dick? Infinitely big. It is everywhere at all times.
Can God erect a dick so large even he cannot stroke?
That's the new Boulder. Oh, yeah, but no, I just like so when I was a Christian, the idea that you could have a flawed translation just did not compute. Like, I legitimately, the way I understood it was that the different translations were God's way of sending multiple messages in the same verse by using different words. So, like, it was his way of, like, expanding the meaning of the text beyond what the mere words themselves could hold. And I looked at that as a good thing. So the idea that there can be a translation of the Bible that is not safe, you're like, okay, well, now you're opening up a whole new can of worms. Like, how do I know which one is the safe one? I'm not a scholar of Hebrew. I don't know which translation is more accurate than the other one. So, like, how's the layperson supposed to figure it out? By listening to people like Mike Winger, who have, like, he very clearly changes his theology to be what he wants it to be so that he can force his interpretation onto the Bible, which I've seen him do a million times before. I've referenced a lot of Mike Winger stuff today. If I remember to put links in, it's just going to be to, like, one of my Chungus cuts of, like, 6 videos of his smushed together or something, because I'm sure it's all in there.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, though. I actually kind of appreciate what Mike Winger has been doing recently. Like, it's kind of annoying because he was always a fun one to respond to because he's just dumb. So, like, it was easy and he's entertaining enough that people watch it.
Yeah.
So, like, he was always a good for, like, I'm feeling lazy. Let's see what Mike Winger's been up to. But he doesn't do that anymore because he's been focusing on calling out other Christians who are doing bad things, like Benny Hinn and whatnot. And Greg Locke, he's been calling out Greg Locke. And good, but, like, don't be a piece of shit yourself while you're at it.
Realistically, that's how I felt about No Bullshit years ago. But then he stopped making content because everybody realized he was a Nazi. It was back before being a Nazi was in vogue. He was ahead of his time.
Was he calling out the other right-wingers for being a piece of shit?
No, he was just really stupid.
Well, I know that.
It just made it really easy to make videos on him.
Okay. Oh, the first part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see what you're getting at.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.